Hey guys, good evening. Today I'm back with a new video related to the stock market, and today I'm going to discuss about an important concept or important reasons behind why the stock market is at an all-time high and it is continuously rising, though it is at an all-time high and it is reaching a new heights every day. So I came across this very good article by Investment in the Academy. You can follow that channel if you like. So I'll directly go to that article. Well, I mean, it might take some time. Now, let me directly go to the YouTube page. Wait a minute. Yes, if we click on this article, you'll get a good idea about. You'll get to know about the four possible reasons on of why the stock market is at all time high. Obviously, the third wave fear, everything is there. Let us directly go to the reason. Reason number one: governments push towards infrastructure. U.S. government. U.S. had already started a given $2.2 trillion relief package. Along with that, now it has given $1 trillion package, and this will be a major push to the infrastructure. Obviously, everything will have pros and cons, right? So major disadvantage of this is that it will increase the debt load of the already debt ridden US economy, but it will have a good impact in the short term. If the government is pushing towards infrastructure, then obviously people will more people will get the job. Companies will act positively. They will have, and government aims to create capital asset for a long term period. So even the government wants to have a good capital appreciation, so it is investing in the US so that it can recover or it can boost the economy post COVID-19 crisis. Second is government 10-year-old GSEC bond, which is called as Sabka Bhaap. Uh, Based on this, entire world's stock market movements or bond market works. So right now, the 10-year GSEC yield is 1.16%. So when this 10-year GSEC yield increases, people think 10-year GSEC yield is the safer investment compared to the equity investment, and it is giving fairly good investment. So some amount of money will shift from this equity investment in the equity market and it will shift to the GSEC market. So when the 10-year-old GSEC bond it increases, it will have a negative impact on the equity market. So past in the past it had touched a high of in the recent past it had touched a high of 1.75%, but now it has come down to 1.16%. This is a positive sign. So when the 10-year GSEC bond decreases, it is going to have a good impact on the overall stock market. Yeah. Third is, we all know how financial revolution was bought in India by Zerodha. Zerodha first decreased its brokerage fees, so it attracted investors. Sorry, it attracted many stock market traders, etc. And then Zerodha's owner Nikhil Kamath and Nitin Kamath both had said one thing in an interview. They said, we have already occupied the market share of the existing traders. Now it's time we must open our market to new customers. It means that he wanted to bring a financial revolution to India, so that when there is a revolution in India, obviously people will go and trust the major player in the market, and the major player is Zerodha. So Zerodha, along with the other finance YouTubers, etc., they were successful in grabbing new and new people, and because of this COVID-19 pandemic, most of the people lost the job, and they had fairly good amount of savings in their bank account, and they wanted to invest it so that they can earn good money in the future, because they didn't have a proper job at that time. So people, instead of keeping that money idle in the bank, they started investing it into the stock market. So which drove a number of retail players, and millions of demat accounts were opened by retailers during the lockdown period and even now. So obviously demand supply curve supply okay. So when new demand accounts open, people start to put in money to their accounts and they start to trade. So demand increases, obviously the price will increase. That's the main reason. And then positive manufacturing industry. We all know in GDP there are three segments. One is the manufacturing industry, second is the agriculture, and third is the service sector. We India as a whole is majorly depended on the service sector rather than manufacturing sector. But everywhere in the world, first there was the industrial revolution, first the manufacturing sector was improved, then the world focused on the service sector. For example, in China there was, in fact, even now China major contributor is the manufacturing sector, because China is a part of global supply chain. Same thing about the industrial revolution which happened in Europe and US, and then same thing which happened in Japan also, and the same thing which is happening in Vietnam right now. So these are the things. First the world moves into the manufacturing sector, then it moves into the service sector, and when the country gets developed. But India, the same opposite happened. We were not good in manufacturing sector. In fact, even now we are nowhere in competition with the manufacturing sector. With such a good manpower, we are not utilizing it properly. But we had become very good in service sector. For example, in IT services and other fintech solutions, we have become fairly good enough in providing IT services, and service industry is very good right now. But in if the three components, India's agriculture sector is good, fairly good, but the yield is low compared to the other nations. So India's second manufacturing sector is nowhere compared to the other nations. India's service sector is good. So in order to improve our GDP, service sector is working hard. Along with that, the manufacturing sector must also push and must also increase. And we have seen a good export or manufacturing things after this 2014. You might say me that I am biased. That's not a thing. Just look at it. Just look at the fact about the cars manufactured, about the steel production, about the various manufacturing facilities, and even government now has launched PLI scheme, which will boost the manufacturing sector. So, and manufacturing sector is also will also contribute, will also create a major employment creation. That is what I'm trying to say right now. So, and this month we have seen a very good increase in the manufacturing index data, and it has reached 55 basis points compared to the previous year about, what do you say, it was about 41. So positive manufacturing data will tell us that the country is recovering fast and it is improving, and we can foresee a good future in the manufacturing sector in the future. That is what they are trying to say here. So these were the things which I was trying to present here. If at all you like this video and like my analysis, then please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you want, you can go to this investment channel that Parimal Ade works pretty well, and he is good in analysis of the stocks. Thank you guys.